Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ismatun Najia. Here, I would like to present my mini research article under the title is Teaching Vocabulary by Using Crossword Puzzle at LBB Super Genius Sekapuk. Okay, let's move to the table of content. In my research, there are 6 points. The first one is the introduction. Second one is research problem. The third, objective of the research. The fourth one is the instrument. The fifth one is the research method. And the last one is the finding and discussion. Okay, let's move to the introduction. English is the language international communication. English may not be the most spoken language in the world, but it is the official language of 43 countries and spoken by around 400 million people across the world. In learning English, there are 4 language skills. These are listening, speaking, reading, and also writing. In learning English also has 3 element parts. They are pronunciation, grammar, and also vocabulary. Vocabulary is the part of language that can support all of knowledge about the definition and applying word in a language. So, vocabulary can help students to improve language skill. Every people cannot master a lot of vocabulary easily. Therefore, it needs ways in order to help the students master vocabulary easily. And one of the ways is by applying game in teaching process. So, one of the game is a crossword puzzle. Crossword puzzle is a game can be used to teach vocabulary. There are 4 benefits teach vocabulary by using crossword puzzle. 1. Learning vocabulary by doing can motivate students. Second, students are trained to involve in the problem solving. Third, student is trained to be more critical thinking. Fourth, the student feel fun when use the puzzle in the classroom. So, the researcher hopes can solve the problem and this study can help students in vocabulary mastery. Let's move to the research problem. The research problem is, how is the process of teaching vocabulary by using crossword puzzle at LBB Super Genius Sekapuk? And objective of the research is to describe the process of teaching vocabulary by using crossword puzzle at LBB Super Genius Sekapuk. Let's move to the instrument. The researcher used 2 instruments to collect the data. The instruments are observation sheet and the second one is field notes. Observation sheet is a method of gathering data that uses a structure form to record data based on sample observation. Field note is used to write some findings during the learning activity. It can be the student's behavior during the teaching learning in the class or the problem during ongoing research. Research method. This research used the descriptive qualitative research. This research is about teaching English vocabulary through crossword puzzle game at LBB Super Genius Sekapuk. There are 3 classes at 30 students at LBB Super Genius Sekapuk in total. Among of them, the writer chooses one class as the subject of this study. The study subject goes to the second class. The number of the students in the second class is 7 students. It consists of 4 females and 3 males. The researcher conducted on Friday on 10 December 2020 in the evening. And the lesson plan, there are 3 main activities. First one is preparation. In the preparation, teacher greeting and praying, and after that checking student attendance list. After that, the teacher introduced the new topic and student pay attention to the teacher explanation about crossword puzzle. In the main activity, the teacher asks the student about crossword puzzle, and then teacher gives example about vocabulary about the crossword puzzle, and then student pay attention to the crossword puzzle game, and the last one is the teacher give assignment to the student. In the closing activity, the teacher asks the student about the crossword puzzle, and student together with the teacher make conclusion. After that, there are reflection and parting. Let's move to the finding of this research. The teaching and learning process, there was no problem because the researcher could run all the steps well. The female student looked active, but the male student overcrowded. The researcher could not handle the class well because some students were busy with their own business and had much laugh and kidding. The student got some problems. They think of vocabulary learning as knowing the primary meaning of new words. They are gotten only from textbook or from the teacher. So it is difficult for them to use the word based on the suitable context. So the discussion of the study is the researcher has analyzed and found the finding of the research. The researcher tried to give contribution of the research to the teaching learning vocabulary for better way. It provides learners with a good encouraging and become positive about their own learning. Moreover, crossword puzzle that had been applied by some teachers in one of the ways that can be used in learning mastery. Exercise their pronunciation, spelling, and so on. Even though either teacher and student still face some problems when they apply the game. Therefore, actually, the teacher can be suggested to apply the game based on expert theory. So, the good result of using of game can give good impact to the student ability in learning vocabulary. So, the conclusion of this research is the process of teaching and learning vocabulary by using crossword puzzle game didn't run well. Although the teacher applied all the steps on teaching and learning vocabulary by using crossword puzzle game, the female student looked active, but the male student overcrowded. The researcher could not handle the class well because some students were busy with their own business and had much laugh and kidding, especially the male students. The researcher also concluded that from the observation activity, there was no problem appeared because the researcher could run all the steps well. The student enthusiastic but got some problems in learning boring, and they think of vocabulary learning as knowing the primary meaning of new word. They are gotten only from the textbook or from the teacher. So it is difficult for them to use the word based on the suitable context. So this is the learning activity in LBB Super Genius Sekapuk. Okay, that's all for my presentation. I think enough and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.